Hi everybody, this afternoon's video is about corporate stock options. Last week in working with a client, I had a situation that caused considerable angst in that there was the possibility that this option that was worth the gross value, the better part of $250,000 had expired worthless, hence the angst. Thankfully, our situation had a happy ending and turned out to be somewhat of a false alarm. But I learned a lot in going through this process, and I want to share, the most important things that I learned with you. In our particular case, the good fortune, the false alarm, happened to be that the option had been previously exercised. Therefore, there was no way something that had been previously exercised in full could expire worthless. So, that created the favorable situation in the end. But what I learned in the process is had it indeed expired, there is no fail-safe in place that the company has adopted to prevent such an unfortunate thing from happening. What do I mean by this? There are some companies that have adopted what they call auto exercise programs, automatic exercise programs. And they work this way. On the date of expiration, typically just a few minutes before the market closes on that business day, if the optionee has not taken steps to exercise the option, it's automatically exercised on their behalf. These are options in the money, of course, that have positive value, like in our particular case, more than $200,000. Automatically exercised, placed in cash, and then at some point, presumably, the person granted the option will contact the company, and there the cash will be. And the assumption is everybody's happy that transaction took place. Not the case. Not the case with Mondelez. There is no auto exercise plan in place. To the best of my knowledge, there aren't even any particular reminders that go out, short of perhaps a reminder on the website itself. But if you're not typically going on the website to see this reminder, you can see that's a bit of an issue. So a little bit later in this video, I will put a link up to the UBS website that administrates, in our particular case, these Mondelez stock options. If you do have any, probably a very good idea to sign on, get a real good handle on what your option inventory is, and very, very specifically what those expiration dates are. I'm working, lobbying very, very hard to speak to companies, speak to administrators, and find out precisely why this auto exercise that I'm talking about isn't in place. I've done some research on this and be happy to share it with you. If you're interested, you feel free to reach out, and I'll let you know, what other companies do. But it's our experience, and this is very, very recent, just last week for that matter, that we were told these situations unfortunately do happen several times a year, and they're so avoidable, but at the same time, life gets in the way. I mean, if you look at a simple scenario that maybe somebody like clockwork exercises in the in the 10th year, last month, last day for that matter, but that's how they do it. That's the way it works. But in this particular situation, they had a health problem, a family emergency, a computer glitch for that matter, that maybe their electronic calendar was down. I mean, there can be any large or small life events that might cause a brief hiccup. And if there's no margin for error, if there's no fail safe, if there's no double or triple check in place, it can really cause a very difficult financial situation to occur that was so avoidable. I'm having a hard time understanding why any company, let alone Mondelez, but any company for that matter, wouldn't adopt the auto exercise program. But that's a story for another day. I will, at the end of this video shortly, put a link to my calendar if you'd like to discuss your specific circumstances or need some help. You need a little help shepherding this option. How options are exercised and managed and maintained. I'd be more than happy to help you. I've been doing it. Well, even before I started this business, as a matter of fact, when I was a branch manager for the General Foods, which then became the Kraft Foods Federal Credit Union, we did a lot of stock option business. So I've been doing these for many, many years for many, many companies. And, I was certainly of the mindset that an an in-the-money option expiring worthless simply doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Can't let it happen. Just one of those types of things. But, as I said, sometimes just life gets in the way. So please, whatever you do, put some mechanisms in place to double and triple check your option inventory and those expiration dates. So thanks for watching. Good luck to everybody. Bye-bye.